A number of years ago, when we lived in Jerusalem during Sukkot, we decided to bring our children to the Kotel, the Western Wall, for the Birkat HaKohanim, the priestly blessing. It was the second to last day of Sukkot, and we just wanted to be outside to feel the joy of the holiday after the introspection of Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur. Sukkot in Israel is magic. The whole country seems to pause. Families vacation, students wander, markets bloom with the scent of fresh etrogim and towering lulavim. The Sukkot spill from every balcony, woven with palm fronds and colored lights. It feels like the city itself is wrapped in blessing. So there we were, with our not entirely cooperative children, walking into the wide, very crowded plaza, and we stopped. Thousands of men stood shoulder to shoulder, each holding an enormous tallis, much bigger than this, like a canopy. It looked like a sea of white parachutes had fallen from heaven, each tent of fabric gathering in its own family, grandfathers, fathers, sons, daughters, each pulling their loved ones close, hungry to anchor them in this moment. And then the blessing began. Yivarechecha Adonai v'yishmerecha, Ya'er Adonai panav elecha v'chuneka, Yisa Adonai panav elecha v'yasem lecha shalom. Philip and I looked at each other, wide-eyed, jaws agape. We hadn't known this would be so overwhelming. We came as spectators, but we were swept into the sea of sacred sound. We pulled our boys close, and the ancient chant washed over us. We weren't watching it, we were in it. The blessing held us. And I remember thinking, why don't we do this more? Why not bring this into our lives, our homes, our relationships every week? Blessing isn't something reserved for priests or rabbis or ancient rituals. It's ours. It's now. From the very beginning of Torah, blessing is a divine act of connection. God blesses Adam and Eve to be fruitful. God blesses Abraham, I will bless you and make your name great, and you shall be a blessing. Blessing isn't only a gift, it's a charge. God blesses us, so we will bless others. The Birkat HaKohanim appears in this week's Torah portion, Naso. And in 3 short verses, it captures what every soul needs: protection, love, and peace. Yivarechecha Adonai v'yishmerecha. May God bless you and protect you. Not just stuff, not just your things, you. We are the vessel of blessing, and we are protected not just to keep what we've earned, our parnasah, but to use it in service to others. Ya'er Adonai panav elecha v'chuneka. May God's face shine on you. God's countenance, the light of love, wisdom, grace, shining on you. And if it shines on you, it reflects through you. Imagine your face glowing with that same light. You carry that to everyone around you. Yisa Adonai panav elecha v'yasem lecha shalom. May God lift up God's face to you and give you peace. There's a story of a young child waving vigorously to a ship passing in the harbor, and a man says, "There's no way the captain can see you in this crowd." And the boy replies, "I'm waving so he'll see me and he'll wave back. But the ship is far away, and there is a crowd of us here. What makes you think the captain can see you?" Because, the boy says, "The captain is my father. He's looking for me." That is what this blessing means, that God sees you among the crowd, among the chaos, among the universe. You matter. And from that knowing comes peace and deep security. Not just the absence of conflict, but the presence of deep connection and wholeness. On Shabbat, the descendants of those ancient priests still raise their hands to bless the people. They cover their faces with their talit, and they stretch their fingers into that sacred shape, and they whisper words that connect heaven and earth. It is no less powerful than it was at the kotel that morning, and again on Pesach, and again just last week on Shavuot. And I realized we all crave this. We all need blessing. Not just ritual ones, but real ones. Words from the heart. A hand on a shoulder. A moment of looking someone in the eye and saying, I see you. I want good for you. The Hasidic masters taught that the word bracha, blessing, means drawing down. Blessing takes something spiritual and draws it into this world. We say the words, and the potential becomes real. So maybe the question isn't, who am I to give a blessing? But maybe the question is, why shouldn't I? Why wouldn't I want to reach across the table, across the generations, across the ache, and say the words that bring light? Blessing is not a performance. It's a spiritual offering. You don't have to be a priest. You don't have to wait for the right moment. You just need a loving heart, a few simple words, and the courage to say them. So here's your invitation. Before this week ends, a whole week, not sundown, bless someone, your child, your partner, a friend, yourself. Look them in the eye and say, may you be held. May you shine. May you find peace. And in doing so, you become the vessel. You become the blessing. Shabbat shalom.